Howdy, friends. It's Annie coming at you from the fruited plains, my little office and my beat up little farmhouse that I love and I'm so grateful that I have. I hope you've all had a great day. I've had a pretty crazy day. And I just thought I'd come on here and tell you about it. And it's a warning to every one of us. First of all, I might do an unboxing, my first one ever tonight, if this doesn't get too long. Sorry that my phone's wiggling around. I had to go to the dentist today. I hate going to the dentist. My dentist is a nice lady, but my goodness, when I leave, I think of how much silver and gold I could have bought by the time the next procedure's done. Life is wonderful, but it is what it is. This is the crazy part of my story. Last night, I was sitting out here in my little office. I was watching a few YouTube videos, relaxing after the long harvest, chilling. And my husband, he calls me into the kitchen. And he goes, "Look at this, babe." And so I looked at what he was showing me. Well, I'll try to keep this as simple as possible. He made a purchase a while back for the farm. And we have a farm account and we have a personal account. And normally, I just make our credit card payment on the phone. It's attached to our personal account. It's not a big deal. I talk to some robot, get her done, no problem. Well, he decided he was going to send a check in from the farm account to cover what he had purchased with the credit card. Anyhow, someone apparently got the check and altered it. They took the name of the credit card company off. And there's a lady's name in there. And where he wrote $4,300 for the amount of the check, this woman rewrote that. She rewrote what had been written in the memo by him. She left his signature alone. And I tell you, we found that last night. I called the credit card company, and the lady was pretty defensive, and she said, "Well, it's not here." And I said, "Well, but it is your company, and I'm reporting fraud. And so we're going to go to the bank in the morning. And I hope our bank, I hope they cover this because it's borrowed money. Our farm account, we borrow money every year. We borrow a lot of money every year to run the farm, and we pay it back with our crops or other endeavors that we've got going on. Not a lot, just farm stuff. So, if you are writing checks, just, thank God he has we've got duplicates on all of our checks. And the duplicate shows who the check was made out to. Also, the edging of the check, it looks like something may have been altered there. I don't know. I hope the bank can track it down. When I went to bed last night, I felt violated. I mean, we live out here in the middle of nowhere, mind our own business, do what we're supposed to do. And it's super creepy to think there's weirdos out there that do crap like that, And there's so many questions. You know, how did this person just go cash a check for $4,300? Just, it's interesting. You know, I hope the bank where they cashed it, I hope they've got some kind of camera surveillance. But I guess we'll find out. And my husband, who's a very private man, and I mean, I'm very a private person too. I told him I was going to talk about this in my video just to let you guys know. And he agreed. He said, okay. So, just when I say keep your head on a swivel, I mean mine's always on a swivel. And look what happened. $4,300 might be pocket change to a lot of people, but I mean, that's $4,300 to us. I don't know. Maybe I should sell some Bitcoin. I've still got this. And I've got it at a reduced rate now. Just kidding. It's Bitcoin. Did you guys go out and do any stacking or prepping today? I sure hope so. Not only is it fun to go stack silver and look for the best bargains we can find, you know, we need to make sure that we've got food, water, brass, lead, people that'll have our backs no matter what. Because, I don't know, the days that we're in, I mean, I think those are very important to have. I'm slurping coffee, I apologize. My favorite aunt used to tell me, Annie, if you have 5 true friends at the end of your life, you'll be very, very lucky. And at that time in my life, I thought, wow, whatever, you know. But really and truly, in a lot of ways, she was kind of accurate about that. Because a lot of times, you know, you meet people and, you know, your lives change. You go one way, they go the other. You lose touch a little bit. But, I mean, I do have a few friends that I truly love. I mean, I love all of you too. And I appreciate you all watching my videos, giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel. I appreciate that so much. You just don't know. I really wanted to do an outside video today, but I wasn't home. It got dark before we got home. And I was pouting about the dentist visit still. So, yeah. Yep. That's for dang sure. Such is life. I just tell myself, you know, thank goodness we've got dentists that will help us when we really need them. And I'm very thankful for my husband. Very thankful. I mean, he flinched pretty good when the girl behind the desk told him how much this was going to be. I did too. I'm like, I almost threw up right there on the spot. No, it wasn't that bad. But, I mean, good grief. Talk about making some car payments and house payments. Dang. I don't know, maybe when I grow up I'll become a dentist myself. Anyway, should we go for the unboxing? This is what I got right before we started harvest. And it was right around the time it looked like silver could possibly get a little crazy. And I just I pulled the trigger. And like I said, before I do stuff like this, I always talk to God. Because at the end of the day, none of us are going to take this with us when we check out of here. Now I'm going to try to cut this open with my box cutter without cutting my thumb off. One night when I was working at the hospital, a guy came in and he had accidentally whacked himself with the box cutter. He was opening some batteries and he laid his hand open, and like before it was all said and done, he had to go see a specialist to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So always be careful with these box cutters or anything when you're opening stuff, because sometimes it's can be a little difficult. Alright, okay, we're down to here so far. Let's make sure there's no, okay, there's this, and there's this. Now, let's see. I got these wrapped up pretty darn good. We'll open the small one first. I need to change the blade in this box cutter. It is pretty dull. Alright, my friends, I shall show you my latest acquisition. It's a good thing I got it when I did, because okay, I'll open this. This one is pretty snugged up in here. It is really, I wish I had a pair of scissors, but this is going to work. Okay. Glad, very thankful that I got them when I did. I really want to open a tube, but I'm not going to right now. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I thank you all for hanging out with me. I hope you're all healthy and stacking your precious metals and food, and making sure you got your ducks in a row the best you can. I don't know what you guys think, but I still think we are just seeing the beginning of silver really taking off. It's really an exciting time to be alive and be witnessing this, because when I started doing this, I was paying like, $12 for an ounce of silver, and you go on and you think, well, it's probably, I never expected it to go up to what it is today. So, I don't know. We'll see. I will give you an update tomorrow after we visit with the bank and see what happens. So, Harvey stayed home with the grain cart driver today, and he is absolutely exhausted tonight. So she must have played with him quite a bit today. But we're all, other than getting seriously violated and having $4,300 stolen from us, we're good. And I hope you all are too. Always keep your head on a swivel. And remember, this is my opinion, okay, for what it's worth. God, family, country, or friends, whatever, comes in there. But I just encourage you, and I also encourage you to learn as much about the crypto mess that's sitting on the horizon. That will be for another video. I don't want to go off on that right at the moment. But I love you guys, and I thank you so much for watching. This is Annie, and I'm out.